Welcome back, everyone, to the Southeast Asia Taiko Championship, the second. We've got an exciting matchup for you today between David Min and Mafuyu Kirisu. It's 11 versus 22, which some might say is pretty lopsided, but I think we're still in for a good, fun match. I am your commentator for today, Zachman the Third. And I don't think I've forgotten any information. Somehow I finished my intro before rolls have happened. I don't know how that happened. I'm not that good of a commentator. I am definitely trying to get back into Tycho Brain. I've been at work for a while. I feel like that's always a struggle for me as a commentator, is to try and like re-find where to have energy. But I think both players deserve to have commentary that's super excited no matter what happens. And David's gonna roll a 12. And Mafuyu's gonna come back with a 58. So David bans first. I definitely remember my rules and don't have to keep re-referencing them every single time rules happen. Yes! It's a double time 2 ban! Finally, someone has the common sense to ban the worst map in the pool. I'm not biased in any way. It's a Nomad 2 ban from Mafuyu. That's quite interesting. So, along with Double Time 2, we are not happy with tech. Mafuyu's gonna get their first choice. It's gonna be Double Time 1. How exciting! I think off the top of my head, I probably would have expected a Hard Rock pick first, but I don't really know these players that well. So we're gonna see what we got. Actually, I just said that we aren't really liking tech, and then DT1's the tech DT. So maybe we're somewhat okay with tech as long as it's paired with speed. You know what? That probably makes sense. That probably makes a lot of sense, actually. Let's see, what else can I say? Oh, for anyone wondering, this is 4.65 stars because I have not had time to try and fix the bracket file and see if Laser will actually be happy with me. The overlay is broken from some combination of reasons that I have not yet determined. But we are into our first map. This is Double Time 1. This is the fun, slightly techie. I consider it techie. Most people would consider it's just a hard accuracy double time. I think a hard accuracy double time is more of a consistency, but this is definitely leading slightly closer to tech. We are neck and neck at the moment. Mafuyu is now slightly down, but both are maintaining a high 99 accuracy. This is really a remember to hit all of your finishers moment, because finishers can totally make the difference when the score is this tight. All right, we're halfway through. Mafuyu is slightly down, But this is still a recoverable map. You just have to stay strong in your 99 and hope that your opponent's going to find some sort of a drop or a miss. And we enter the last quarter of the map. It is possible for a comeback. It's all inaccuracies. Both above 1,000,000. We're getting close to the end. But it's not going to happen. David's going to claim victory on 1/100 for the first breakpoint of the match. So for anyone that thinks, wow, that's a seed difference, think again, because this could be a lot closer than you think. 1/100 is all that's separated. Gosh, it feels like a lot of our double time 1 scores have been really high. Let's pull up our stats and see how we're doing. But meanwhile, we're gonna get a hidden 1 pick. Hidden 1's gonna be, I think, a bit of a rough one for Mafuyu. Somewhat similar to double time 1, this is very hard to ack. So accuracy is definitely really tough on this one, but because of the slightly slower scroll speed and the slightly techier aspect, you know, the more I say about their picks, the less their bans make sense, but I also understand in context why they ban those things. Because I keep saying that things are techie. But that's what I think they are. Anyway, yeah, the lowest score we've seen on Double Time 1 is 977,000. That's crazy. Albeit, we've only had half of matches so far, but... Alright, we're getting in. It's going to be a rough start for Mafuyu, but you've got to try and settle into this slow scroll speed. So seeing a drop this early is not the end of the world. Unfortunately, David Min on the other side is going to kind of just take it away. We're going to wait a little bit for the accuracies to try and even out. David's currently fighting for a 97. Mafuyu's just passed a 95. They're going to slowly increase as we get into the map. The goal is just to find your consistency and then hope that your opponent drops something. I am equally surprised by how much Hidden 1 is being picked based on how much it was banned last time around. But it kind of makes sense in that the lower ranked players are probably going to be less likely to pick Hidden, and now that we're up with the top 16 seeds, it's more of an open game. That's kind of the fun of round of 48 and how it plays out with everything. But meanwhile, in our current matchup, we've got a mid 98 to a high 97, so accuracies have stabilized, but that beginning drop is still going to keep that 20,000 score difference. That is a lot to try and recover, and while it's slowly trying to decrease, there was enough of a difference at the beginning that it's going to be hard, but it's the last quarter of the map. You're just hoping to stay strong and hope that something happens. but I don't think it's going to. Two incredible plays on this map, actually, all things considered. It's really unfortunate that Mafuyu just had that trouble at the beginning of the map, but that's where the biggest difficulty is in trying to get into this song and into slow hidden reading. And that really is going to make all of the difference right there. The accuracies were so close. If we didn't have such a drop at the beginning, that really would have been super close. But that's going to throw the pick back to Mafuyu, and we're going to see Fremont 1. Fremont 1 is going to be a super interesting pick just generally coming out of those two maps. I mean, if you're really confident in Fremont 1, then go for it. I personally don't think I would feel confident enough to try and pull this one out of the bag. But I also don't know what else I probably would have gone for a no mod 3 if you went for double time 1 first. But Fremont 1 is what we're going to see. I think this is going to be a high AC battle. The question is, what mods are we going to see from both sides? I think we're going to see a hidden and a hard rock. But I'm not entirely certain. I just can't believe how close both maps have been. I mean, this is kind of crazy. It's still totally anyone's game. But here we go, we're going to get into our third map of this match. I don't know how it's possible, but I think this one's going to be even closer than what we've seen before. It's going to be double hard rock. That's a fake miss from Mafuyu's side. Though I find it really funny that they're not... the score difference wasn't wanting to settle. Both players staying very consistent all the way through the first quarter. I mean, the UR bars just speak for themselves. I mean, both players are so consistent right now. The hard rock is not even phasing either of these players. I mean, what is there to say? We're 2/3 of the way through the map. Mafuyu's still holding a double S. David's only like, what, 2-3 100s behind? I mean, now you have a break time, and like, what do you even think in this moment? It's so close. Now you have to not play with nerves. And Mafuyu does it! We see a double S on Fremont 1! It happened! 5 100s was all the difference. Just barely under 7,000 score gap. But that's crazy! I mean, we're dealing with two extremely confident players here, but Mafuyu is going to secure themselves a point. Hashtag not a sweep. Wow, no wonder they picked Fremont 1. That's... Alright, I'm not questioning any more picking decisions. I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of challenge in this pool. That's just how a round of 32 is after a round of 48. There's not much else we can say. It's no mod 4. No mod 4's a... Oh, that's right. This was the... What is the no mod 4 actually supposed to be? This is totally what I thought Free Mod 1 was actually going to be. I probably should have listened back to the map pool showcase to figure out what they were thinking this map was supposed to be. I don't know. This feels like it's also going to be a double S battle. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, if this is supposed to be an SV map, this is really tame. I'm just saying. Hey, but on the bright side, we could see a double S tie, and we could watch it twice over. All right, it's the fourth map. Mafuyu is looking to try and find that breakpoint back. If I didn't have anything to say for Fremont 1, I have even less to say about this map, unfortunately. So, I guess sit back, relax, and enjoy the song. my gosh! We're gonna see a 100! We're gonna see one from both sides! I think it's a finisher difference at this point. This is just riveting gameplay right here. Will they hold on to the final bit? The score difference is trying, but I don't think it's not gonna flip. So David's gonna win by finishers. I don't think it was quite that many difference because results screen. I think it was only like 2 or 3. But that gives enough of a difference against the accuracy because there's only like 800 notes in this map. Only a 1,450 score difference. I have seen tighter, but I don't think in this tournament. Alright, the No Mod 3 has been pulled out. This was a pick that I was expecting. Oh my gosh, my finishers! That's so mean. Okay, this is No Mod 3. This is a great No Mod 3. This is easier than last week's No Mod 3, and I am saying that only because there are enough people in the chat that are going to be offended by that. Yes, it is. It's easier than last week's No Mod 3. You can fight me on this. But this is also going to just be an accuracy battle, I'm pretty sure. I don't really have anything else to say. Oh, I guess I can say that, like, the reason, like, this No Mod 3 being so great is why I think Double Time 2 in this pool is so terrible, which is kind of funny. Yes, I have a vendetta against Double Time 2, which is why I like the best pools that I can ever remember are the ones that I actually like the Double Time 2s on, because I just don't like Double Time 2s. I'm sorry. Yes, No Mod 3 is how Double Time 2 should be. I can agree with that. I can be on board with that. And like Double Time 1 is so good, so then why Double Time 2? Okay, it's No Mod 3 time, everybody. This is gonna be fun. It's a little fast, but it's essentially just accuracy but speed. Oh, and do remember to hit your finishers. I think we saw in the last map how important that is. All right, we're a third of the way through. It looks like one finisher is all the difference we have right now, so that can disappear or reappear just as fast. I mean, we're two-thirds of the way through, and like they're not phased by anything. There's maybe a phantom finisher difference depending on how Laser is accumulating these results. And now you get a break, and you're tied. And so now you just have to stick the course. Hit your finishers. And we see our first double S tie! We did it, everybody! Correct me in the chat if we've seen one before this tournament. A double S tie. I know we've seen a tie before. We've finally seen it in this one! And it's on No Mod 3, the map it's always on! I think every, like, from SEATC, SEATRS, and SEATC 2, it's always been a double S tie on No Mod 3. Of course it's No Mod 3! Okay, so we play No Mod 3 again. So if your nerves weren't there already, we're gonna play the same map again. And so now you've just got to do the same thing again. I have nothing else to add at this point. So I'm gonna shut up and we're gonna see what happens. If they tie after this one, then we get a new pick. And no one gets a point. I could not imagine being a part of a match where you just kept replaying over and over again the same map until someone makes a mistake. That would be pure torture. Oh, please don't make me do a double S curse. I hate doing double S curses. It's the only curse that I actually genuinely hate to do. I feel so bad if I say that they're both holding a double S and then someone drops it. Like, it is the worst feeling for me. And we hit the break time and we are still tied again. So we're still on pace for another double S tie. Which I think has only happened once before, a double S tie. I don't think I can name, like, when it happened. But I do remember it happening, because I was looking through stats at one point. And we're gonna see it! It's a double S tie on Nomad 3, everybody! We did it! We successfully beat Nomad 3. There will no longer be Nomad 3 in this tournament. That's not true. It will return next match. You saw it here first, folks, everybody. It's a double S. You can't make this up. So we are still 3-1. It's now David's pick, and they're gonna go for Hidden 2, which I think is a fairly... Oh, no. Never mind. I was about to say this is a fairly safe pick, except this is really just like a hidden hard rock in disguise with how fast the SV is. And if you think, that doesn't seem like a hidden hard rock, you have not tried hidden hard rocking maps that are like this low SV of like low 4 stars. So we're definitely setting up for when we inevitably introduce the hidden hard rock pick later on in the tournament. So normally I would say, man, hidden map, this is actually not like pretty favorable on one side here, but because it plays more like a hidden hard rock, I'm not gonna say anything because I know that there are some players that can pull this off, even if they would not normally be able to hit hidden. Yeah, like this map is very consistent. It reads like a hidden hard rock, so if that's the kind of skill set that you have, like this is actually like an underrated pick for specific playstyles. So this is going to be a fun one. I actually don't know what to expect, other than it's going to be exciting because that's all this match has been. We got a double S out of the intro. Alright, we've dropped some accuracies. I can actually commentate for a map for once! It's been like 3 maps since I've been able to say anything. It's back to ACK battles, everybody, so just be paying attention to those accuracies. It is possible that we see a couple of misses because of the nature of hidden, but I think this is all really going to live in the accuracy world. This map is pretty short. It's only clocking in at 2 minutes, so we're already at the halfway point. Mafuyu is trying to climb to a low 99. David's sitting pretty nice at a high 99. The score difference is all from those 100s. Already to the final quarter, Mafuyu's looking for some accuracy drops from David here. But I don't think there's quite enough map left at this point. A couple of accuracy drops, but it's not going to be enough. David is going to comfortably take that point. But it is only 8 to 16 100s. Only 8 100s differ between the two. It was not super far out. I feel like it doesn't really matter who loses this match. Both of these players are pretty good opponent contenders for both the winners and the losers bracket. Yes, the Hard Rocks are both still on the table, but the Hard Rocks are really dicey based on what we've seen. In fact, I'd say we are more likely to see No Mod 1 than Hard Rocks. But we are going to see Hard Rock 1 purely based on rolling what's left. So, I mean, I guess that's a strategy. I know that I've rolled for picks before, usually because I don't really care from what's left. But that generally means that I'm not in a great spot. So I'm really hoping that this isn't the end, because this has been such a fun match. We are at match point. So if David takes this one, then they take the whole match. I remember bringing up the first time that we started having ties and being like, you should make sure that you have enough in the rules to make sure that you don't literally stick yourself in the middle of a match and not have enough maps left. And this was like a year ago. They thought about it and then just didn't do anything because they were like, well, the maps are going to get harder. And then nothing's changed since. So I'm not going to say that it's a bad thing. I always think of the possibility of, well, what happens if... This is a fun Hard Rock. Just like all of the maps that we've seen, this is definitely all about accuracy. But there are these like 1/3 sections. But I feel like this is going to go very similar to the way that Hidden 2 did, just generally speaking. Or this will go a lot like Fremont 1 did. Because that one was also very much like what we're going to see here. Because they both played Hard Rock. Alright, first Kiai section. Mafuyu so far is still holding a double S, and the moment I went to go say it... This is why I don't like double S cursing. This is why I don't like it, everybody. Just so we're all on the same page. But here comes our first 1/3 section. Here in just a second. We are going to see some hundreds drop from both sides, so Mafuyu is going to be back in the lead here if we can re-find where we are, everybody. I know it's the slow section. Don't drop everything now. Just because it's entertaining does not make me feel any better. You people. Just give the people what they want. Hey, it's only a quarter of the map left. Reminder that Mafuyu is fighting to stay in this match. They have to win everything from here on out. It's all in the accuracy game here. It's going to turn back onto David's side. We do have one more fun 1/3 section where we might see some hundreds drop. So this is still not the end. But we're not going to see anything. And that is going to be it. By the narrowest of margins, just like it feels like every map in this match has been. David is going to pull out by only 3 100s, and that is going to be our match. It was so close. There were so many maps in this match that were so close. Literally, the difference of like 6 100s and we would still be tied 3-3. It's crazy. Wow. That was awesome. But David Min is going to be our winner this match. Wow. I'm still trying to process. That was... that was crazy. Man, so they're going to go on... David Min is going to go on in the winner's bracket, and they're going to face... I don't know off the top of my head. I should. They're going to face the winner of Random Name and Anze. Ooh, what fun. That one's happening... Oh, at 14 UTC. Mafuyu is going to drop down into losers, and oh, they're going to play back turn Osu. How exciting. That'll be a fun match. It'll be a fun match for one of the players, and it'll be a fun match to watch. let me rephrase. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Double Time won. Yeah, that was 1 100 difference. That was when I knew we were in for a great time. You people and your civil wars. What do you expect to happen when you only have a select number of countries that can participate? Do you just think that countries will never see each other? Like... That would be like having a North American tournament and wondering why US players are always facing each other. Like... I mean, come on, you guys. I'm just saying, we're gonna see a tiebreaker showcase. Oh, and this is why... Okay, so I am gonna... Which is sad, because this is a custom song, and I love custom songs. But this is not a great tiebreaker for this pool, and I'm really sorry to say. It's too easy, you guys. I've watched I've watched 2 tiebreakers so far, and we've had 5 mods across 4 players. We're gonna see Hard Rock on one side, we're gonna see Hidden Hard Rock on the other. And before you say Hidden Hard Rock, that seems crazy. I've seen someone win with a Hidden Hard Rock. It was also a tiebreaker showcase, but you put Double Time 2 in the same pool as this map? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. I will sit back and I will enjoy this tiebreaker. KDK FC with an order. Well, then you have all of the proof that you need. It doesn't look like David Min was actually planning to play this at Hidden Hard Rock, though. Mafuyu totally looks like they were going to play this with Hard Rock, though. It is quite dense, so seeing a few misses here is not super surprising. And that is your tiebreaker. Unfortunately, there was not a tie quite to break. And that was it. That was your match. David Min, again, is our winner for today. But do not fret, for it is not the end of the weekend yet. We have exactly 7 matches left in the weekend. Our closest one is only 2 hours from now. It's going to be a bit of a rough one. It's Chord versus Pieces. Gosh, am I gonna stay awake for that? That seems like so long away. But we've got other matches throughout the weekend that hopefully a few will get streamed. I don't really have anything else to say. So I think I'm gonna just sign off here. I've been Sackman III, and this has been the Southeast Asia Taiko Championship 2. We will see you next time.